Royal family members have been able to ignore a bizarre royal tradition after the Queen chose to ignore the custom when Prince Charles was born. The Queen put her foot down and insisted not to be subjected to a bizarre baby rule when she welcomed Prince Charles in 1948, a new documentary claimed. Her Majesty ensured younger generations of royal family members would not have to deal with an unwanted guest in the delivery room as she scrapped the rule dictating the Home Secretary be in attendance during labor. Speaking to Channel 4 documentary, A Very Royal Baby, From Cradle to Crown, royal author Ingrid Seward said, the Home Secretary had to attend the birth because, in those days, Home Secretaries had to validate that it was indeed a royal child. Historian Dr. Onyeka Nubia added, this was absolutely necessary because the Queen Mother's body was owned by the state. And the child was also owned by the state. Documentary narrator Helen Lederer noted the Queen's mother, Elizabeth, had been the first to rebel against the rule when she welcomed both Her Majesty and her younger sister, Princess Margaret. But rather than banishing the Home Secretary altogether, the Queen Mother required the politician wait for the delivery in an adjacent room. Historian Dr. Onyeka Nubia added, this was absolutely necessary because the Queen Mother's body was owned by the state. And the child was also owned by the state. Documentary narrator Helen Lederer noted the Queen's mother, Elizabeth, had been the first to rebel against the rule when she welcomed both Her Majesty and her younger sister, Princess Margaret. But rather than banishing the Home Secretary altogether, the Queen Mother required the politician wait for the delivery in an adjacent room. Ms. Lederer said, the Queen Mother banished her unwanted guest to an adjoining room and 22 years later, her daughter scrapped it. By all accounts, it was a long and difficult labor. The last royal to be welcomed not only by their mother but the Home Secretary as well was Princess Alexandra, the Queen's cousin from her uncle Prince George of Kent. Her Majesty was also among the last members of the royal family to give birth at home until her granddaughter, Zara Tindall, welcomed son Lucas Philip at her Gloucestershire home earlier this year due to a rather speedy delivery. The departure from royal delivery tradition led to new customs being adopted, including memorable photoshoots outside of the Lindo Wing in London. Prince William was the first heir to the throne to be born in a hospital rather than at a royal residence, and he followed the same path with all three of his children in 2013, 2015 and 2018. Prince Harry's eldest son Archie Harrison was also delivered in the hospital, but speculation arose about his baby sister being delivered at home. Meghan Markle was believed to have planned to welcome her son at Frogmore Cottage but ultimately had to be taken to hospital. But in March, a royal source told Page Six, Meghan's plan was to have a home birth with Archie, but you know what they say about the best-laid plans. In the end, her doctors advised her to go to hospital and all she was interested in was about delivering Archie safely. But she has a beautiful home in California. It's a beautiful setting to give birth to her baby girl. Meghan Markle is due to give birth to a baby girl in the summer. The young royal will be the Queen's 12th great-grandchild.